Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, episode 115. Tonight we are reviewing Star Trek. Beyond.
So we finally got around to seeing Star Trek.
It's been a while.
We heard some things.
I'd
heard not great things, which is maybe why I really kind of enjoyed watching this movie.
Maybe it is.
Because my expectations were so low. I kind of had a fun time watching this movie.
I had a really fun time watching this movie. Was it a very good movie? Yeah, not really. Was it entertaining? It was for me.
Yeah. I kind of found the first, of this reboot, I found the first one entertaining.
I liked the first one.
It was fun.
It was fine. Yeah, it was good.
Hated the second one.
Yeah, it was terrible. Well, the fucking Lost guy.
Yeah, but hated it.
I am gonna be honest with y'all.
Yeah.
Literally, the only Star Trek that I've ever seen is these three movies.
I'm slightly better. I've seen episodes here and there. I've seen all of Star Trek Enterprise because Scott Bakula is in it. That's kind of blasphemous in the Star Trek world, but
Sure.
Seen that. So I get the vibe.
Sure.
I get the point of Star Trek, which is a bunch of people from different walks of life coming together to solve problems in a peaceful way while they explore the universe.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie did.
It did. You know, and there were problems, there was action, it was crazy, there was some jokey quips, you know. It's very like sitcom meets space adventure.
My biggest problem with the second movie was it took itself so seriously. And that's what this movie didn't do at all.
No. I mean, the dialogue was pretty terrible.
Spent all this time trying to be your dad, and now you're wondering what it means to be you.
It was like quippy jokes and then sort of nauseating platitudes.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's, for me, that's Star Trek-y.
It is.
It's very idealistic. It's very like, we can all work it out. Like, come on, let's get together and do it together. You know, and like, let's have a group meeting and have a pep talk. And that's what this movie did. They all seem to really have like settled into their characters.
Yes.
They all obviously like have worked together enough. They have they seem like, you know,
they have a nice rapport.
rapport.
This is gonna sound absurd. I'm sorry.
I can't wait.
I was about to say, it was very realistic.
In its portrayal of
people
and people living in space, as much as you can like fathom what that would be like.
Well, and that's, I guess, the thing, is that I think I've just reached such a level of fatigue of movies where people don't act like real people.
Act human.
Or anytime there's anything that just remotely resembles that, I'm like, oh yeah.
Anything that remotely resembles my human experience with other humans. Oh my god. What?
It took a movie with aliens to do that? What?
So the movie starts and Kirk is addressing a bunch of aliens, and it's like the cartoon gargoyles. Like, it's like, what's this? This looks terrible. I was like, oh no, this looks disastrous.
This is really dumb.
But then it was played for laughs. It was a silly scene about, oh, now they're all going to attack him, and oh, they're actually really tiny, and you thought they were big. And it was like, oh, I'm okay with this. Like, every time that I was like, this is a mess, I was like, but it's so fun.
Well, they were like in on the joke.
They were in on the joke.
Simon Pegg was one of the writers.
I mean, obviously he gets it. He's a huge Star Trek fan.
He gets it.
Gets it. Where the first two movies didn't get it.
No.
Even the first one, it's like kind of fun and just like whatever. It was popcorn and then I forgot about it.
Right.
It totally destroyed the entire timeline of everything Star Trek had set up.
Sure.
Which angered some people. This was a love letter to Star Trek.
Sure.
Ambassador Spock, Leonard Nimoy, dies.
Didn't they talk to each other?
At some point in the first movie, I believe, they talked to each other.
Second movie.
Second movie? Okay. I gotta be honest, kind of forgot what happened in the second movie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the second movie. They talk to each other through like a wormhole.
But it's his future self?
It's a different universe.
It's
parallel,
a different timeline Spock.
Yeah.
But they're the same
person,
but it's different. But their ages are... I forget.
One went down a different... I don't remember.
I don't remember, and the movie thought I did.
Exactly.
Can we talk about also the most baffling part of the film for me? At the end-ish, Spock is going through old Spock's things, and he opens like a compact, and there's a picture of the whole original cast of like George Takei and William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and stuff, and you're like, what? I guess it's the alternate timeline version of all of them?
Yeah.
Because they all have the same name?
I think so.
It was confusing.
It was confusing.
I didn't...
And it was like, why?
The plot of this movie is super simple.
Yeah.
At its base level.
Yeah.
It's an episode of Star Trek. Oh no, the ship got attacked and they're stranded on an undiscovered planet.
Thank God it has an oxygen atmosphere.
And then they have to all find each other and make it off the island and fight a big bad guy, and, you know, it's the basic plot of the movie. And that's the parts I liked. The parts with the villain I liked less, because I was like, I don't care about this.
Federation is an act of war.
You attacked us.
So, I, for inexplicable reasons, really like Carl Urban.
Do you?
I do.
I will say this. He has, like, the shtick going.
Yeah.
He really feels to me
Yeah.
like a cheesy, like, 1980s or whatever.
You know, Spock, if an Earth girl says it's me, not you, it's definitely you.
I could see him being like a Bruce Campbell. A campy, over-the-top actor who gets it, who's in weird B-movies. Like,
I don't know if he gets it, but he certainly kind of gets it.
I don't know why I like him. I just...
No, that's not... I mean, he can be in movies. He just can't star. Like, he can't pull a movie.
I think he could.
No.
Yeah, because you haven't seen Dredd. He's in Dredd.
Right.
Oh, which is like this amazing action movie that nobody saw. Although he does have like a visor, like helmet over his face most of the movie, which might contribute to some of the reason it's good. But anyway, it's a great movie. And Chris Pine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just have to go out and say it.
Yeah.
Chris Pine is not aging well.
I think it's because he has such a little baby boy face that now that he's older, he looks like an old baby boy.
It's really weird.
It's weird.
He looks kind of like an older version of the guy from Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Adam Devine? Yeah. He's way handsomer than Adam Devine, but they have the same, like, big head.
Not anymore.
I thought Zachary Quinto was very good as Spock. They brought him back to more Spockiness. Remember, he's so emotional.
Yeah.
He's punching Khan in the face.
Oh, right.
And you're like, what's this? This isn't Spock. This is crazy.
No, and they kind of
were like, ooh, redirect.
Let's tone that
like,
back a little.
Bring it back in, reel it in. That was a mistake. And then Sulu, who we find out
is
a homosexual.
Is a big mo. He's a big mo with a few kids.
It was weird how in them trying to make it so blasé was like, oh, wait, what? Like, it was like an afterthought and they didn't take enough time with it.
It was kind of like an Independence Day where it was like, oh, but so they're gay. Together, they're lovers.
Who? Who was gay in Independence Day?
The old guy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, George Takei like went off on this whole thing. Like, they didn't honor, that wasn't that original character, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really, George? Okay, come on. We can't have it both ways where we're fighting for gay rights, and then when they finally make a gay character in cinema, like, then you're gonna be like, oh, you can't do that? Let's just let it go.
Oh, should we talk about the JL? The girl in it?
Yeah, I like her a lot.
I loved her.
I really did.
So they crash land on this planet, and then there's this woman, she's been living there, surviving, because the villain is...
And like Simon Pegg stumbles upon her.
Yeah, and she's like totally badass and rad
she's
and
like
cool.
I really liked her. I thought she was great.
She was such a fun character.
She was.
Like, and they set it up that she'll be, if they make more...
Yeah, it seems like she'll be a member of the crew.
Gonna make more.
Yeah.
And I would be totally down for her to be like a permanent fixture on the flight deck.
Totally.
I liked her a lot. This movie had the right amount of campiness, but then actual stakes in action. And
yeah, like people died and shit.
People fucking died in this movie. So for me, the simplistic plot was okay because like shit was going down.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was like campy enough. Like you need a little bit. You need that little bit of Galaxy Quest in your Star Trek movies, right? I mean, that's what Galaxy Quest is doing. But, like, That's Sprinkle.
I'm fine with a simple plot if they execute it well and if the tone is right and whatever. If you have a vision and I want a simple plot. I don't want a convoluted mess.
No.
I don't want that guy from Lost to write anything.
I want him to give everyone the ideas and then have someone else follow through with it.
Exactly. So the villain is this guy, and he has this whole thing where he like hocus pocuses the life out of people.
I mean, right? That's what was happening, right? Though, like that was what was going on. Because I was waiting for Bette Midler to show up with the nails. Come to me, my darling,
my precious. Yes. Oh my God. Like totally.
Woo.
I put a spell on you.
I want to rewatch Hocus Pocus.
So fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
So anyways, so he like hocus pocuses people to like keep him alive over the years.
Which is not really set up properly, but you kind of just go with it.
You figure it out. There was a throwaway line that was like, oh, this is what he does.
When he was doing like the I was like, what's this?
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
But whatever. So then Kirk and like the rest of the gang.
The whole gang gets together, figures out how to plan.
They find this girl, what was it? JL, whatever. And she's on this old like Federation ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's a motorcycle on it.
For reasons
that
are never addressed.
He's like, oh, my dad used to have one of these, and my mom would talk about it.
It's like an old-timey, like 40s motorcycle.
It was like, what? This would be like hundreds of years old. What? Okay.
It's amazing to me in any movie that's about the future, their pop culture references are still like from the 90s. And you're like, this is weird.
This is weird.
Chris Pine becomes Captain America and is driving around this planet on this motorcycle.
This Tatooine camp that they've set up.
Yeah. They're like waiting for sand people to come out, and they figured out this thing where there's like refraction. It's gonna like show a bunch of him, and they're shooting.
It's like a shell game. It's
so
like which one's him? I don't know.
30 Chris Pines on motorcycles, and they're saving everybody. And oh my God, they make it! They get out of there. They beam everyone out of there, and it works out. But then, oh shit! My favorite part of the movie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So they've set it up earlier that Jael, I don't know, man, I can't tell.
The cool girl, the cool new girl that we like.
She really likes 90s rap.
Because that's what she found on the ship, and she's like, yes.
And so they're playing Fight the Power earlier in the movie, and you're like, this is out of place. I really didn't think it was going to come up again. So then, they save the human race via boombox and the Beastie Boys.
And the radio.
And I was laughing so fucking hard. So basically,
so hard.
It's like a beehive, and there's all these ships.
They're like, oh, they're talking to each other. How can we break their communication?
Yeah,
they're all on a frequency.
Yeah.
If we could get like a high frequency. A high frequency?
Something really loud and annoying. Really loud and annoying, you say?
VHF, we could broadcast it on the radio.
On the radio, you say?
What could we do that's loud and obnoxious?
Beastie Boys. I mean, so then there's legitimately an action scene where the Beastie Boys is playing so loud over all the Star Trek characters.
No, Avaryl, you cannot stop there. Because then this hive is in a literal attack wave. Not like waves of like battalions, an attack wave like a giant liquid ocean wave that's like gonna crest and crash upon them. But wait, because then they have to get closer. So they get closer to broadcast this music.
Oh, right.
Which then spontaneously combusts them, and they surf through this wave of flaming beehive spaceships.
While the Beastie Boys is playing. It was the funniest fucking thing
I haven't laughed that hard
since The Shallows.
Since a flaming shark leapt through the air. Where are you taking me?
It was so funny and so insane.
They literally went
faces?
surfing on spaceships on fire.
It was the 90s. Of course they were surfing. It was our faces were just like, I was like, have I gone, like, am I unconscious?
Right, I was like, am I dreaming this?
This can't be real.
What's going on?
It was so good.
It was so
So that was my
crazy.
favorite part of the movie.
Absolutely.
And then the last,
Absolutely.
I can't express to you how insane it was. And I don't know why no one was talking about it. We took so long to see this movie and heard so many opinions, and nobody brought up the Beastie Boys. So then that scene happens, and it's like fucking cinematic gold and garbage at the same time.
Yep, it's gold garbage.
It's golden garbage. And then the last half hour, I was like, I don't care for this. We had reached our peak.
Yeah, it could have wrapped up a hell of a lot faster.
There was like a fourth act. I don't know. I found this movie to be very entertaining.
I found it really campy and silly and fun. And
it wasn't so campy that I would say it was like a bad movie.
No.
It's just like, it was self-aware enough.
Exactly.
And it's Justin Lin who did the Fast and Furious movies, which those movies are completely self-aware.
Right.
So putting that sort of like self-aware, silly mentality action into a movie where you can do anything,
right,
kind of worked.
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, I had fun.
I had
a lot of fun in this movie.
It was.
I don't know. Maybe
know.
I just didn't expect that much from it. Maybe I wasn't. You know, it's certainly not like the first two.
No.
It's different tonally. It's different in a lot of different ways.
More Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
The main thing is they seemed like they were having fun.
Agreed.
And so I was having fun with them.
Yep. Dangling from like a cantilevered glass pool. Bye-bye. And like, it's just absurd.